Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for joining in from whatever time zones you all are joining in from. And thanks, Sam. I really agree to most of the points that you covered. There was a few. There was like one point I really didn't. It didn't work for me.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the topic of today's webinar was struggle to success, and I'm sure most of the international students, and I'm sure even Sam would agree with me that as an international student in the western part of the world, our struggle is never over, and we really don't feel like we are achieving success because every step of the way, we have some or the other struggle, either with immigration, looking for jobs, getting us academics done, etc. So, just a little bit about me. I began my design and research journey with a bachelor's degree in architecture from the University of Mumbai in India. And I graduated in 2019. And I worked for 3 years as a designer and researcher in two different companies in Mumbai, India. Um, One was an architecture company, and then I transitioned into the product industry, product and tech industry in India. In 2022 of fall, I decided to come to the US and to pursue my master's degree. This May 2024, I completed my MS in human computer interaction from the University of Maryland at College Park. So my story, I'm sure a lot of you will really get what I'm saying. Like, I faced all the common struggles that most international students encounter while preparing their journey from their home country to the US. And as everyone, I thought I would figure everything out once I arrived to the US, but I was totally wrong. I really didn't think much that, I like, for example, I thought that I'll figure my accommodation once I'm in the US, or I'll look for jobs once I'm in the US, but I was totally wrong. And like Sam mentioned, that, count each of your day, and, start networking, or like figure shit out. Like, in hindsight, I'm glad things worked out the way they did, but I did make a lot of mistakes along the way. So once I came here to the US, most of my friends had already secured some form of on campus employment before the degree even started, before even our first day of classes started. And I was totally like the first meet and greet of our course, of all the people of our course. And I was shocked that most of them had some sort of on campus employment. And since I came from a non technical background, I tried applying for on-campus jobs through the university portal, which I've mentioned here as the traditional method, and it did not work for me. So I did what I had to do. I cold emailed 52 professors. I remember the number clearly because it took me 6 hours of that day. I emailed 52 professors of my department. I sent them my resume and a generic cover letter, that because I didn't want to like sit and tailor my cover letter for each professor. So I like formulated a generic cover letter, and I asked for any TAGA opportunities if they had for that semester specifically. 48 ignored, 4 replied. I had 2 interviews, and one of them converted for a full time GA offer for all 4 semesters. Luckily for me, it worked. This worked out, and this is what I really wanted to highlight, that um, not always for everyone the traditional method of applying and then just waiting for jobs will work. At least on campus, I'm saying. If you have to cold email professors, please do so. Most of them have their email IDs mentioned in their department website, or on their LinkedIn, or anywhere. It's easily searchable. This really worked out for me. and I secured on campus employment. Coming to the internship search for summer 2023, I would say it was a difficult journey, since we all know, like, the last few years, the tech industry in the US is very volatile. And since most of us would require visa sponsorships, we really aim for a job that, we really aim for a company that would convert an internship to a full-time job. Unluckily for me, that didn't work. So, like, I would say the job search for me during internship, it was like a 4-month job search journey. I'm sure I don't even remember the number, but I'm sure there were more than 700 applications. I secured a few interviews. Luckily, I did get one internship offer from the Nature Conservancy, but unluckily, that didn't convert to a full time role after my graduation. But yeah, I I used the traditional method of applying. I also did cold apply. I cold emailed and reached out to many people in the industry, but that didn't really work for me during that time. So I would just like to highlight some of the mistakes I made during my internship search. So on the right, you see is was my resume that I used during the internship search. And looking back, I always think, why did I even apply to jobs using this resume? It was totally not up to mark. First, I didn't tailor my resume for each job. So I just used one generic resume for every job. So one single version for like design jobs or research jobs or even project management or product management jobs. And that totally is not advisable. So since I come from a design and research background, I have to have two different resumes, one design resume, one research resume, because those are two different job profiles. But I didn't do that, and I used one like generic and sent one generic resume for every job applications. If you see, I also included unwanted job titles, descriptions, and education details. For example, I also have like a music degree, like a diploma in music, Indian classical music, when like back from home. I don't know why I included that. I don't even practice music anymore. It's not even related to the work that I'm doing today. So why I don't even know why I even included that. Secondly, all the international student exchanges I was a part of as during my college back in India, I don't know why I included that. It's not related to the job I was eyeing for, but I don't know. I was just using up the space in my resume. If you see all the description in the professional experience, I didn't add metrics. The resume lacked metrics. They were like short one liners. That overall there's no breathing space in my resume. There's too much of unwanted information that no one really cares about. And also I specified my college projects as industry experience. Again, I don't know why I did that. You should have a separate project section in your resume if you want to highlight projects. So even the recruiter knows that these are not industry projects. It's not industry work, but it's your projects, your academic projects, or your projects you do outside of work. So some recommendations I would give here is like obviously add metrics in your resume, quantify each bullet point, and make it make sense. I'm sure today most of you, whoever is looking for jobs, you obviously know this. I don't know why I didn't know it, and this was like 1.5 years back. Um, but yeah, add metrics, tailor your resume for each role, and like you all saw in my resume, remove unwanted information. Obviously add keywords. So what I did during my job search about a few months back was I used AI tools heavily to extract keywords from job description. And I made sure I use those, like integrate those keywords in the resume wherever appropriate. Obviously, make it make sense. Don't just like add keywords for the heck of adding keywords and just, um, thinking that the ATS won't catch it, or like the ATS will catch it and and you'll pass the screening or whatever. But like make sure it makes sense. Um, for the internship or job applications, I would say apply early. It is a numbers game, definitely in today's market. I really believe that. Obviously, set up job alerts on your LinkedIn, like LinkedIn notifications. It has the bell icon for your preferred companies, so you are always updated on any job openings in that company. Like Sam mentioned, ask for help, leverage your network, have cold email discussions, just like talk to people. And what really helped me was do the Boolean search on LinkedIn. For people who don't know, is I've also stated an example. Just on LinkedIn search, you mention hiring and your job role. Like for example, I was looking for UX researcher roles. I mentioned UX researcher in like this is called a Boolean search, and all the posts that people or the hiring managers or recruiters make if they're hiring for that particular role will come up on your timeline, and you can directly message them, apply for that role, and obviously uh, message like send them your resume, etc. General advice: networking is not for everyone. It is definitely not for me. I hate networking. I just can't do it. Like instead, connect with people on LinkedIn and request for informational chats. And for informational chats, what I mean is by, start something like, I really liked what you did at so and so company, which I read from your work history on your profile. Is it okay if I ask a few questions? Or just have like chats. Like you don't need to really meet someone on video. In today's time, no one would even care to have a 15-minute video call with anyone today. So just like have discussions, like normal chats on LinkedIn, and focus on building a relationship through that. That worked for me. So that is just like a general advice. Get your resume reviewed early. The biggest mistake I did was got I never like reviewed my resume. I thought I had a perfect resume because that probably worked when I was looking for jobs in 2018 in India, but that obviously didn't work in 2022, 2023. Get it reviewed by your peers, by industry professionals, by your faculty. All universities in the US have career services that really help undergrads and grads with resume and LinkedIn update, like helping them update their resume and LinkedIn profile. And obviously, make sure you match your resume to your LinkedIn profile. It is very, like, this sounds very stupid, but like a lot of people don't have that. And even if your resume gets past the screening stage, and if the recruiter stalks your LinkedIn profile, and if they don't see the resume matching with the LinkedIn profile, you might get rejected. So don't do that mistake. Install F1 Hire. That really helped me, the Chrome extension, when I was looking for jobs. Since we are all international students, it helped me like filter out the companies that don't sponsor H1B jobs, um, etc., etc. So like really, F1 Hire really helped me with all the filters that they provide. And this is something I really believe in. Like I chose to live my life, a comfortable life back home in India, and really start afresh in the US. So I definitely have no choice but to face every challenge that comes with it. So I mean, this because I still struggle. Even though I have a job today, I still struggle as an international student or like an immigrant here. And we are called legal aliens, and I really hate that term. Like we are called aliens in the US. So yeah, I mean, we've chosen this life, so we have to bear the challenges that come with it. Thank you. Again, I'll also add my LinkedIn in the chat, and I'm sure Sam and I both are available for any questions or any chats, like Sam mentioned.